I hope you guys enjoyed our new intro that you guys just saw. Today I'm going to be showing you a summer version of the Reborn car seat guide, and it's very similar to our other car seat guide, but this one is for the summer. So first things first, I'm going to make sure that my baby's hair is done, whether that be in the winter with a hat, in the summer. I'm just going to put on this little pink flower headband, and then all I do is I pull it down a little bit. I'm sitting her up, and then I'm just going to brush her hair. So I'm just kind of brushing it so that there's not any visible bald spots, and then I normally brush it all back like this. I'm going to just kind of scatter it out in the front, and then all I do is I pull this up, and I always pull it off to one side so that there's still a little bit of hair. Alright, so now that her hair is done, I'm going to be using a pacifier clip and a pacifier. Depending on the baby's mouth, you may or may not want a pacifier. If the baby looks better with one, have it. If not, do whichever works for your baby and you. So, make sure she's looking realistic. I'm going to also add a bib. This is super pretty. I love the print. I'm just going to unclip this quickly. This out quick, and then I want to make sure that I do not mess up her hair since I just did it. I'm gonna give her her pacifier and then just clip this right here. Perfect. Alright, so she is all ready in here. As you can see, her cotton right here is showing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buckle her, and then I'm gonna put a nice light blanket on it. But before I buckle her, I always take a cloth right here. I'm going to fold it in half, and I just roll it up super tight. So I have this, I just rolled it up. It's just a little blanket, and I put it under her. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just roll this up tight. They can be the same prints, different prints, whichever you have. I always use different ones, but they're somewhat related. Okay, so now she's got a little bit up by her head. Depending if I am gonna put a blanket on, if she has pants on, then you might want to adapt. If the baby has pants on, you don't really need to cover this, so you could probably take this out so that you don't see it. But I'm going to be putting on this light little swaddle here, so it will be covered and then you won't really see much of this. But before I do that, I need to make sure my baby is buckled. You always want to have your baby properly buckled when they are in any sort of car seat. If they are not buckled, they are not going to look realistic, and therefore you're going to get many weird views. So I'm just sitting her up so that she looks bigger than she actually is. And then I'm going to make sure her straps are not twisted, because that is another sign that your baby is not realistic or real. Buckle her up, and then depending on the car seat, you might have different buckling ways, might be the same one, whatever you have. So I'm just going to kind of make this look somewhat realistic, and then we're going to do the final tweaking at the end. Alright, and then this little strap here, you can pull it tight if you want it tighter on your baby. And then different car seats have different ways to loosen it on your baby as well. So I'm going to give her her pacifier back. And I always clip my clip on the seat belt, but depending on the baby, on the car seat, you know, you can do whatever you want. This is very adaptable to your unique situation. Alright, so she's all buckled up correctly. She looks not the most realistic, but like I said, we're going to do the final tweaking at the end. I'm going to take this super thin swaddle blanket, and depending on the weather, you might want a thicker one, a thinner one, no blanket, but I just want to make sure her legs are covered so that we cannot see her dull part. And I'm just going to kind of make her look realistic, you know, maybe one hand out, two hands out, whatever you feel looks the best. I think we're going to kind of do that for now. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the shader. I always have the shader up. You can put it up as far as you want. You can have it back, midway. You can do that. Or if it's in the winter, you use a car seat canopy. those will be linked in the description. And then, so I put the handle up. It's locked so it will not move. And then I'm just gonna pull this as far forward as I want. I am now gonna add some car seat toys. I have this one, this one. These ones are like the same thing. They're from the same brand. These are very similar. They both, these things have sounds in them. And then I have this one. This one you pull, and then it vibrates down. So I'm just gonna hook these on the handle here. With car seat toys, you can do as many or as little as you want. And then I always face them out for right now. So I'm just gonna do 3. You know, if you wanna put them on one side or the other, it doesn't matter. I also have this. I would put this on there. This can act as like a blanket for her or as a toy, but it is warm out today and I do not think it is necessary. So now I'm gonna do the final tweaks. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna pull these down because they are really far up. You want them to more be hidden than, you know, to be seen. So I'm just pulling them down a little. And if it's super warm, I would recommend taking these out and just leave your baby in a onesie and shorts or whatever you may have. So I'm also gonna kind of lean your head just a little bit so it looks more realistic. If you had like a blanket, or we could use this as an example, you might lean your baby's head on it so it looks like she's leaning on something. And brush her final hair down. And then so she's kind of leaning over. And then I'm just gonna kind of set this on here. Again, you don't want it to be too warm or too cold. Kind of adapt it to what you want. I do not ever fully tuck this in because real babies are never perfectly tucked in. And then I might leave like a leg hanging out or an arm hanging out or both, or whatever you feel is the most comfortable for your situation. I would recommend that. I'm gonna pull this over, make sure we cannot see that on both sides. Just make sure that the tags are not sticking out here. Cute, cute. We got a bib, and then whatever else you feel is comfortable for your baby in her car seat, I would recommend doing that. You could change the bow for a hat, pacifier clip, pacifier bib. If you don't need a bib, don't bring a bib. And then you might want a sleeper or a onesie or pants depending on your situation. And then I just have this light blanket, some cute little car seat toys here, and then the shader. And I always pull these up when I have my shader up. I'm just pulling the car seat toys up to the top so that they're not on the sides, causing this to not fully go. And I can pull that as far forward. Oh, that is all for today's car seat video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and stay tuned for some more videos. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.